Welcome to the Hypothalamic Amenorrhea podcast. I'm Dani Sheriff, your host, certified fertility awareness practitioner, functional nutrition counselor, and founder of the HA Society, and of course, an HA recovery coach who has walked where you currently are walking. This is the place to come if you care about getting your period regularly. This podcast aims to educate, inform, and keep you motivated on your period and HA recovery track. So let's dive in. But last thing, nothing on the show should be taken as medical advice, so please seek the advice of your physician. Today's episode is brought to you by our Restore program. DIY your recovery with the help of this epic bundle that is the Restore program. 10 modules to take you through all the fundamental principles of recovery and help reset your belief system around food, exercise, and your body. A personalized food review to give you direct feedback on your food logs, as well as an entire backlog of past members' recorded food reviews to help you compare and spot similarities in what you're doing and hear our advice and thoughts around their food reviews. You'll also get the Period Recovery Game Planner, which is our game-changing PDF workbook that has helped so many women already, and it will help you design and walk through your own recovery program. It helps you find all of the recovery blind spots that you have going on and create an actionable, accessible plan for your recovery. And then lastly, the program comes with 1 entire year of access to the HA Society community, which includes a private podcast playlist, live group calls every week, and lessons and lectures by other practitioners. And this alone is a $300 product. But the Restore program right now is available for $187 US. So that's huge. There's tons of stuff in there to help you DIY your recovery with our help along the way. So get it now at thehasociety.com/restore. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I am Dani, your hypothalamic amenorrhea and fertility coach, and I'm here to talk to you about how to solve your problems. What that means is really figuring out what is your biggest issue, because as we often say in hypothalamic amenorrhea and fertility issues, they're actually easy to solve. So why are you having so much trouble with it? Why can't I figure out if this really applies to me? Why can't I figure out why I'm not making progress? Why I'm not seeing signs of hormonal activity, yada, yada. So I'm gonna give you my 3 main strategies for figuring this out. So the first way to solve your problems is to decide that it's no longer a problem. I know. So an example would be like our classic, I'm afraid of weight gain, right? And so I'm not going to make any progress. I'm not going to gain weight. Or it might be, hey, I feel like I'm getting too old and I'm just running out of time, right? These are statements. I don't want to gain weight. I don't want to be pregnant when I'm old. I don't want to stop getting attention for my athletic abilities or my body. These are real struggles. I'm not saying anything about them, right? These are common examples. There is a world where you can decide that they don't matter anymore. So you could say, hey, I don't want to be 40 when my kid is 10, right? But you're already 30. There's nothing you can do. Right? So let's stop worrying about it. Hey, I don't want to gain weight, but you might have to for your health. So let's just do it. Right? So of course, this is, for the most of us listening, this isn't going to be quite so easy, but when we can, quick question, what would it look like for you to just not care? There are very few people where it's going to be the flick of a switch like that. And for those of you who that does work for, you're going to recover real quick, right? You're not going to need to hire me. But so now let's move on to number 2. When you cannot just decide to not care anymore, you have to understand why you have this problem. So I'm looking at my notes here. I can't eat more or I won't eat more. I can't gain weight or I won't gain weight. I have a fear of less self-value or worth. I have moral reasons. to not gain weight, to not eat more, right? Eating more and resting more to me is associated with being lazy, or to eat meat is, against my beliefs about how animals should be treated, or against my religion, or, how I feel about just like the treatment of animals in general. So I don't eat them. Really getting to the bottom of why these things are your problem is the only way to be able to be the person who decides it's not a problem anymore, really. So to get there, you're gonna have to really dig deep and be like, okay, well, but why? So, and this means this is like dig into the layers, okay? So I don't want to eat more. Well, why? Because I feel uncomfortable. Okay, well, why? Because when I feel uncomfortable and bloated, my clothes feel tight. Okay, and why does that matter? Well, because when my clothes fit tightly, I feel unattractive and less valuable. And why do you feel unattractive? What makes you feel less valuable? Well, I get less attention. I look less like the models in the pictures and the videos. People don't praise me for that. Okay, well, why does that matter? Well, because I need those things to get like the check marks that I'm doing the right thing and that I'm making moves in life. I'm on track, So like, and I can ask why again. So we really need to understand that, so then you can be like, oh wow, okay, yeah, this is entirely about what other people think, and I can actually just solve this by getting clothes that fit, or making some reviews and adjustments to my nutrition just to check if it's what I'm eating that's causing the bloating. Or I can backtrack and see, okay, well, how many weeks or months have I been experiencing the bloating? Oh, I'm seeing on the internet a lot that this is a temporary part of going through recovery, so maybe I can just wait it out and I'll revisit this exact question again in a month or 2 months. You'll be able to see it for what it really is, as an emotional reaction and something that you are more in control of, as to whether or not you want to decide that it's no longer a problem and there is some step that you can take. But we often feel like, oh, I'm having this emotional reaction and there's nothing I can do. There's no steps I can take. When sometimes the step is just understanding what it is and then being like, okay, yeah, I think this is temporary. I haven't been working on this for as long as I thought. This is common occurrence and I'll get out the other side and I'll have the result that I want, and that is worth it.
A huge thank you to TempDrop for sponsoring this podcast. TempDrop is a fertility awareness monitoring tool that I love. It's a wearable device which you can use instead of taking your temperature manually with a thermometer each morning. As you may know, we recommend the fertility awareness method both as you're going through recovery and 100,000% after you have gone through recovery as you move forward for the rest of your reproductive years. TempDrop gives you everything you need to effortlessly track your fertility. You wear the TempDrop sensor while you sleep for accurate basal body temperature readings without the stress of early morning wake-ups. I personally love and need this because with a toddler, my wake-up times are all over the place and the occasional sleep disruptions are making the use of an oral thermometer increasingly more difficult. TempDrop's accompanying charting app enables you to track an array of symptoms alongside your BBT, including cervical mucus and OPKs, and even gives you sleep insights. Combine these fertility signs all in one place to identify your fertile window, confirm ovulation, plan for your period, or identify pregnancy. Whether you are trying to conceive or avoiding pregnancy, or you want to chart your fertility for health reasons like HA recovery to see where you're at in the process, TempDrop makes fertility awareness accessible to all women, even if you don't have regular cycles or sleeping patterns. Track your ovulation in real time with TempDrop. Get 10% off your order when you go to tempdrop.thehasociety.com and use the code HASociety at checkout. Please support this show by using our link and our discount code. Get your TempDrop at the time of this recording and send us a screenshot of your purchase either via Instagram, or you can email us, Dani@thehasociety.com, having used our discount code HASociety. So it has to be in the screenshot to get your 10% off. When you send that to us, we will send you free access to our fertility awareness method for HA course. Again, that's tempdrop.thehasociety.com and use HA Society at the checkout to also get access to our course that we usually sell. And one more thing to sweeten the pot is that you can put this 10% code on top of any other pre-existing sales they're doing. So I know that they're doing regularly 15% off and 20% off sales. And so if you go specifically to tempdrop.thehasociety.com, it will apply an additional 10% off to whatever sale is going on. So you can't lose. You get the TempDrop, you get probably multiple discounts, and you get our FAM course. So definitely check it out. And again, support our sponsors so that we can keep giving you this show for free. Thanks.
You guys, we have partnered up with the incredible skincare app Lovely. So check this out. My particular skin issues, if you will, are that I have huge pores and I get fluid kind of build up in my face, and I've never really known how to process it out of my face or that there was anything I could do about it at all. I thought it was just bloating, and I can tell you that this is something that is really common in the HA Society, and well, we see in clients as well all of the time, and that's why I wanted to share this with you. The Lovely app helped me develop a custom face yoga and massage plan to tackle these fluid buildup issues and my enlarged pore issues. And I can't actually believe how well it worked. So when we finally found Lovely, an all-in-one holistic self-care app with face yoga being at its core, we jumped on the opportunity to partner up with them. In fact, it was a recovered HAer, so one of you, who listened to the show who reached out representing the brand, which means they represent our amazing listeners as well. So I thought that this is perfect. Now let me tell you about Lovely. Lovely, spelled Luvly, lets you get personalized face yoga and skincare programs tailored to your needs and goals. They help you learn facial massages and gua sha massages to help reduce tension, promote blood flow, and boost collagen production. They let you explore anti-stress tools such as breathing and mindfulness exercises to improve your mental health and well-being. So if you're not already using a mental health app, this is an all-in-one for you. And they let you enjoy personalized meal ideas for healthy and glowing skin based on your dietary preferences. That's awesome. When I tried out Lovely for the first time, I was blown away. I felt like I was doing a full-on skin routine that involved 0 products being used on my face other than my favorite moisturizer. I saw a difference in my skin tone and even the elasticity in my face. I had dealt with the drainage and blotchiness issues completely, and I had no idea that I could even deal with that. I had this whole story about my skin, and I just realized in the end that all I needed to do was get on top of a face yoga routine. So the reason I love this app for you is because it's a way for you to create a routine in your life and still have a quote-unquote workout that is actually serving you in any season of your life. So if you're still learning how to relax after a long day with a different approach to your previous stress relief strategies, you know who you are. There's nothing quite like winding down with a relaxing evening routine. And what better way to look after yourself than with Lovely's face yoga and mindful skincare routine? It's my current mommy alone time situation. So before you rush to try this app, here's something really cool. You don't just log in and start doing workouts for your face. They have created a quick quiz just for listeners of the HA podcast that will build a specific plan just for you based on your specific skin challenges and goals. So this is the best part. When you do the quiz, it doesn't take very long. You just answer a bunch of questions about your skin and statements you believe are true about your skin, and it will generate a plan for you with a code that you can then apply to the app that will not only load it into the app for you, but also provide 50% off of your membership. So this is just for the listeners of the HA podcast. To find the quiz, go to lovely.thehasociety.com.
This customized plan feature has made my specific skin goals improve so much, so the quiz is non-negotiable. And remember, do the quiz anyways if you want the 50% off of the plan and the whole app. It's worth it. It is key to your skin success. So unleash your inner beauty and nurture your beauty and confidence from within, y'all. Take a moment for your me time and enjoy your beauty journey during a time where your body composition goals are not able to be your number one baby. So take the quiz, get the discount, go to lovely, lovely.thehasociety.com. That's lovely.thehasociety.com.
Okay, the last one is something new that I've been working on with clients. I have a name for it, and this is what's going to help you if step 1, choose something different, and step 2, understand the problem doesn't help, right? So you feel like you understand the problem, but you still feel really hung up on the problem, right? You're like, well, I still, I admit that I care a lot about that, right? So I can't just decide it doesn't matter. Okay, totally valid. So what I've been introducing with people is something that we call the morality versus reality paradigm. So examples, like we've been using already, is that you believe something, right? I shouldn't have to weigh above X amount to have a period. Like that just seems silly. We've all thought that. I don't want to be pregnant at 36. I just don't want to be pregnant at 36. I just feel like mums or myself as a mum should be pregnant below the age of 35. And I don't, like we said earlier, I don't eat meat for moral reasons, and so it's hard for me to get enough protein in and to get the minerals and nutrients from animal fats and animal proteins. But I believe this with my heart and soul because of what I've seen out there. I've seen animals being abused. I've seen how bad it is, and so I should not have to make these changes, right? Okay. So you believe something, and that is your morality, right? You have morals around this. And although you might be like, oh, well, there's no morals around being 36. I'm just saying I don't want to be old. Nope, there is. You are putting a moral because you are saying that being a younger mom is better for whatever reasons you have. So you're putting morals on it. You're putting morals on your weight, at being a smaller weight and being healthier is better than being a bigger weight and being healthier. It's all moral value. So the next, now that we've identified your morality behind the belief and the problem, is the understanding, of course, the reality of the problem. The reality of your morality, if you feel like you shouldn't have to weigh a certain amount, right? I should not have to weigh more than 58 kilos, more than 48 kilos. I should not have to weigh more than that to get my period back. Like, it's silly. All these other people are weighing whatever they want and doing what they want to do. So the reality is that your body doesn't care about that. Your body didn't get the memo. It's not aware that you think that you feel that way. It has absolutely no idea that society has said 58 kilos at 5'4" is the perfect size. And so thus you should be able to make this work. Your body has no idea. It doesn't know about that. It does not care. Like, it's so neutral that you're putting your morals onto your body and then confused, right, about the problem. Let's take it to the I don't want to be an older mom example. We said this one earlier. I don't want to be 30 when I'm pregnant because, I just see myself as like a younger mom. I don't want my daughter to be 10 when I'm 40, or I don't want to be 35 when I'm pregnant. I don't want to be 45, or I don't want to be 40 when I'm pregnant because I don't want to be 50. You know what I'm saying here? There's two things here. One, if you're already over 30, it's done, right? Like, if you're really gonna nickel and dime with me, like as your coach, if you're really gonna nickel and dime with me about like the year, like maybe you want to try like fertility treatments, or maybe you want to, just kind of die on the hill of you don't have time to let your body heal. Well, if you're already in your 30s, it's too late. So you're already going to be in your 40s when your kid is 10. What's done is done. If you don't care if you're 43, I don't care if you're 45. It's not a huge difference, you know? And especially like what if you get pregnant, if you can slow down to speed up, you're likely going to get pregnant in the same year, right? You might say your birthday's in January, like mine. You might turn 35 in January, be pregnant by June. You're still gonna be 35. And by the time your kid's born, you're still gonna be pretty much the same age. So that allows us to see how like, okay, you have this moral value. Here's the reality, we're already here. And I'll tell you what, just deciding it's not a problem anymore, that's your bet. That's your best bet, my friend. And then understanding why that's a problem for you, like why being an older mom is a problem for you, is only going to help you get over it sooner. And that's like, I shouldn't have to wait X amount on my period back is like the most popular problem, right? Like, I'm just confused because so-and-so didn't have to, and my sister didn't have to, and I've seen all these other people, and like, it just seems odd. I'm like, yeah, it only seems odd because you're only going off what you value and your morals. Like, you cannot justify gaining weight because it goes against your moral values. But the reality is your body doesn't care. Just doesn't care. So if you're taking actions as to exercise more to avoid weight gain, or you're eating enough calories, but like just enough and like no more. Like, I heard 2,500 calories, and so I'm gonna eat 2,500 calories and I'm not gonna go over at all. Like, your body doesn't care about that. And so when you feel like, oh, why isn't it listening? Why is it not doing what I want? And we look at this expectation that you're holding it to it, it's clear now. Like, we're seeing that now. And you know, like the meat example, just trying to stay consistent with the examples the whole way through. I get it, dude. I get it. You know, I've seen Supersize Me too. I've seen all the docs on the industries. You know, I get it. I truly do. My family, we buy a whole pig, we buy a whole pork, a whole pig, we buy a whole cow. You know, we spend actually a lot of money on meat quality, and we visit the farms that we go to because we really truly do care. So I do understand that. I even understand that, you know, there's an impact, like not just on animal welfare, but like economically on the environment with the processing of meat. But guess who doesn't care? Your body does not give a damn. And you have been told your entire life that your body is a mirror and reflects all that is your worth and that is good and is valuable. And none of it is true. What your body needs to be healthy and to be successful and to operate at its full capacity is not the same as what you have been told that it needs. So we need to quickly do a check of all of our beliefs and all of the things that stop us from taking action in recovery, and check it against the morality versus reality paradigm. Am I making a moral belief? Like, am I making this decision or not, no decision based on a moral belief? And is it affecting my reality, which is I'm trying to get my period back? And that's the paradigm. So decide it's not a problem. If that's hard, understand why it's a problem, and then try again. And if that's hard, check your reality versus morality. And this is a really great journaling exercise that you can do, where you just list out and audit all of your beliefs around food and exercise. This is an audit that we actually do inside of the Restore program. So that's the hasociety.com/restore. We take you through an audit of your foods, and then your diet, like, or your food beliefs, your exercise, and then your exercise beliefs, and so on and so forth, to really get to the bottom of like everything that's a problem for you here, you know? And the goal here is that by the time you come out of it, you feel completely on top of and fully understanding why you're having the roadblocks that you're having. And then it's easier for you to make these changes and get the outcome you're looking for. So I hope that this was helpful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel. It means the world to me if you subscribe. And if this was helpful, let me know. And heck, if it wasn't, let's talk. You can work directly with us. We take clients through a year-long process, but it's 4 months intensive at the front. Within that first 4 months, our goal is to get you your period back, get you pregnant if that is your goal, and then you have access to us as your coaches for the rest of the entire year and lifetime access to the HA Society. So if you feel like you can't sort these problems out on your own, come talk to us and we'll do a free strategy call with you just to figure out if working with us is the right thing to do or if taking a totally different path is the right thing for you. So you can check that out at thehasociety.com/coaching, or like I mentioned earlier before, the Restore program might be a great fit for you. That one's self-paced and also comes with the HA Society. Bye.
This episode is brought to you by Grassland Nutrition beef liver capsules. Did you know that in terms of nutrient density, beef liver actually blows vegetables and fruits out of the water? If you're a client of mine, you have already been instructed to eat beef liver either fresh or in capsule form. I recommend it for anyone and everyone who is, of course, dealing with amenorrhea and fertility challenges out there, but I may even recommend it for just everyone in general. Get your husbands on it, get your partners on it. If you have a history of HA and add on top of that maybe a history of the pill, maybe you've been pregnant before, through treatments or other, your body's been through anything, you're absolutely 100% dealing with a nutrient deficiency of some kind. And while it's true that testing is going to be the best way to understand those exact deficiencies, eating nutrient-dense, real food is going to be one of the most important next steps that you take with or without testing. So I've been using and recommending Grassland Nutrition beef liver capsules for years now, and the capsule form makes it so easy to get your liver in every day, and I appreciate the transparency of this product in particular above others. So in case you're wondering, it's completely natural. This is freeze-dried beef liver in capsules. It's organic, it's made from Australian beef, and my favorite of their products is the liver with kelp because of the iodine from the kelp, which is important for overall thyroid function, which is often low in women with underperforming hormones. So rather than eat seaweed snacks every day, I get to take this beef liver with the kelp for my iodine. So if you're recovering or working on a fertility journey right now, do not skimp the nutrient-rich source of beef liver. Get 10% off your order with the HA Society and support your favorite podcast along the way. They ship to most countries, so you should be covered. Just go to grasslandnutrition.net and use HA Society, just HA Society, at the checkout for the 10% off. That's grasslandnutrition.net with the code HA Society. Thank you so much for listening today, guys. Please subscribe to the podcast, and if you could head to iTunes specifically and leave a rating or review, that would help so much because it makes it easier for other people with HA who are Googling around to find the podcast really easily. So if you do that, you're doing a service to all of the women